What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Photoshop. In this video I have something very important for you to share, and I believe this is going to help you one way or the other. It's all about color grading, how to clone a color from one image to the other. You know why? A lot of people use AI this time and they end up not getting the same result, and they end up also using other adjustment layer to just manipulate it so that you can get the same result. Yes, that's because everyone use different technique in color grading their photo, and it's actually hard for AI to actually replicate that. But with this technique you can actually replicate anything once you understand the concept. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you how I did it and how you can actually use this technique for any photo and get the same results without the help of AI tool. And also this is actually going to add to your knowledge in color grading. So the first point I would like to make is a lot of people color grade, and in their color grading you need to understand the step. It's like a programming. Okay, so you need to know the step to take to achieve a particular result. Let's take these two images. We have the one below, which is this one we want to transfer the color grade to, or we want to replicate the color grading. We have this one on top which we want to copy the color grading from. And now whatever the way I arrange it is because this one below I can actually add any adjustment layer. Okay, so on top, and it's going to affect only that one. So whatever I'm going to be doing, it's going to affect only this layer alone. So you can go ahead and arrange your own pictures like that. Now this other thing I need to also lay out is, if you check this image, the one at the left side, you're going to see that they are vignettes. Yes, vignettes are around. So unlike this one, there's no vignette. Okay, so you need to know what the person did. Now that is the first thing to note. The other one is, you can see the light reflection which the person placed. It's not actually on this one. So there are things the person actually did. AI can replicate that because this is different. Okay, so the next thing is the floor. Now this is actually masked. Okay, not everywhere. A lot of places are masked rather. Now because this highlight is white, this is also white in the original image, they added yellow to it and they mask it out from the image. They only allowed it to show somewhere here and somewhere here. So if you're doing yours and you're not getting the same result, it's simply because they mask it out. So AI is not going to tell you that is done. So with that knowledge, knowing fully well that there are vignettes, there are masking. Okay, so how do I get my own result? You need to put that in mind as well. And also whichever technique we use and whichever result we get, all the adjustment layer put together, you can turn them into LUTs. And once you turn them into LUTs, you can export it and use it on another image. Now once you export it and use it on another image, that place you mask out, it's actually going to be the same. Even if you don't want it to be there, it's actually going to be there. So there is another technique to actually limit these things. So let's take, for instance, I want to get that. Let's first of all reduce the brightness. So I'm just going to grab the this one, and we can decrease the brightness like this. Now let's take it more further to make it look calm. I don't want it too bright, and now we have almost the same thing in the image. Now this is what I'm trying to say. Because I want the ground to be yellow in color, I can just quickly use the maybe either the color balance as well and add some yellows to the mid-tone, go to the highlight, add some yellows. So it's actually not going to give me the best result though, but I just want to show you something that very important. Let's try and manipulate the image to, I just want to show you something. Now that's shadows. Okay, so let's just leave it like this. Now you can see that it's affecting all the side, but here it's not. Let's delete this one. Delete. Let's grab the selective color, and now we go to the white. I'm supposed to explain something here, so let's go to the white first of all, and we can add some yellows and we can reduce yellows. So you can see that it's not actually affecting this place. That's because this adjustment layer, they are different. So how do we really replicate this LUT? Let's go to the selective color one more time. Now the selected color have different colors: red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, magenta, white is white, neutral, blacks. Now these represent the highlights, shadows, and midtones. Okay, so in other adjustment layer, you're going to see that it's actually affecting only these three, but here you can actually manipulate each color all by itself. The red now chosen, you can actually manipulate only the red, so you can see that that side is the red, which is the floor we want to manipulate. It's actually the red, so meaning whatever color I had here, it's actually going to show on the floor. You can see. So that's one way the other to test where the color is. Now I actually want to add yellows to it, so I can convert it like this, and now I can go ahead and add hue and saturation. I can even clip it to the layer below and make sure it's red like this. We can change the hue to make it like this and bring it back a little bit. So now this is where the masking comes in, like that, and we can actually go inside this one again and start manipulating the colors. Let's even make it look darker like that. Okay, so now let's go back inside. Yep, something like this. No, sorry, we're not doing this one. Now because it's affecting, you can see it's affecting everywhere. So how do we limit it to only that side? You can actually use blending mode, because blending mode although you can restrict it with blending mode, but you can use blending mode. So for this course, we're just going to grab this layer and open it up and remove it from somewhere like this. It's on the ground, so let's add it back to the ground. So this is actually how it works. So just on the ground, and not here, not here. So you can see, and now you can keep on manipulating the image to get what you want. Now it's almost looking the same. The down part, we understand it's actually vignette. So let's add some other colors to it like this, and then go to this place. Let's make sure it's looking the same. More colors. Okay, so that's that. Now we are able to replicate just a little bit of it. You can brighten it up. So I believe you understand that. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is the green. Now the green, very very important. Sometimes you just see the green, they're actually yellows there. So let's prove that. Let's go to the selective color, and you're going to see that these trees are actually yellows. That's because I explained in one of my video how the color wheel works. The yellow and the green are almost similar to the same. They are located at the same place. So let's go to the greens. You're going to see that even less is happening there, and you can see it's the brightest part of the grass. Now let's go to the yellows. It's going to cover up a lot of it. So you see, cover up a lot of the green. Now the yellows had red in them, so just take a look about, put in some red to the yellows. We have that, and you can see that also affecting the skin tones. So know that you're going to mask it out and add some yellows to it. It's going to be too much, so let's just leave it like this and go back to the green. Let's not add everything to it. Let's go to the green. Sometimes I like converting everything to yellow before, so the greens like this, take the yellows, add some red to it. Now that's not enough. Let's go to the yellows. Yep, which is the green. I can go to the green and decrease. Let's bring it down a little. Let's go back to the yellows, and whichever color you had is actually going to affect it. So that's what you do when you're actually manipulating the color. And now it's not looking the same. That's because we have some colors inside. So let's hide it from the skin itself like this. Okay, and let's see. Let's keep on manipulating so we can add some selective color, clip it to it, and this is how you just do your thing, and like that. Let's go to, I believe we have something like this. Okay, so the rest is just so simple, and green as well. So another thing you need to note is different color. There's a way color works in different software, so you can be using Lightroom and Capture One, and this is actually going to be working different. A lot of person might use Capture One to do this. Now Capture One is actually the best because you can manipulate this image. This is actually very easy to do in Capture One, very easy to manipulate in Capture One. Okay, so first of all, let's go to the yellows and see if we are good. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like this, and now we can go ahead and manipulate the green, the red back again. So let's go to the red color, and we can brighten things up, add some red, remove some green, yellows. Okay, let's brighten it up like this, and now we are just going to invert, Control I, and then put it on the face. So this is because a lot of place with a lot of mask. Now it's not actually looking all the same yet. That's understandable. Let's take this one below, but you already get the idea of how it actually works. Okay, so the rest is actually very easy to do. So we just keep on manipulating, putting the light flex and putting the vignette. So that's how you can actually manipulate your image. With just all this, you need to keep adding a lot of adjustment layer, which is actually going to affect everything. I can still even go ahead, choose a yellow, and probably add some red, darken it a little bit, and keep messing around with the colors till you get the same feel in the image. So just keep on going, yeah, like that, till you have the same, like that, and all of that. So you can see this white part. We can even decrease that. Let's go back, go to the white, and bring it down a little bit, add some yellows. So you keep on doing it. We add some red, yeah, so something like this. Now which, as you keep on going, it's actually going to look the same. You can see how the face is bright. That's why, because they brighten the face to it. Now you can see the red color of our skin, although I can just go ahead, add the selective color and go to the red and make sure the red is there, present. Let's just do it a little. So I'm looking at the two picture and I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I think this one gives me the color I need. So now Control I, invert, and now I'm going to make it present just on the face. So you can see it's actually rich brown. Sorry, X, put it on the face, rich brown, and we can clip any other color to it, clip it and decrease the brightness till we have that brown feel. You can even add some red to it like this. So remove it from the face just a bit like that, and we can also give some saturation, clip it. So there are a lot of things you can actually do. So although I just need you to understand the way it actually works. Okay, so a lot of places like this, now we have, I can just go ahead with the ion saturation and probably, sorry, go to the yellows, increase the saturation of those places, and I want to limit it on the highlight alone. Double click, and I'm going to remove it from the dark side. So all these are actually in place for us to follow. So something like this, it should be present just on the trees alone. It's okay. Going and increase, so like that. I can hide it from this side I don't want to see it there. So one way or the other, we're going to get the same result. So I'm going to group everything together, and let's see before and after. If too much, you can just decrease the opacity a bit, and that's it. That's how I believe you learned one or two things in image and color manipulation. All right guys, we'll see you in the next one.